Meanwhile, Congressman Pete Stauber led a coalition of Iron Range Republicans today, pushing back against the governor's executive order.
Northern News Now's Kyrie Johnson heard from those Iron Range leaders who say this is a direct attack on their way of life.
Republican lawmakers united on the Iron Range Wednesday to challenge Governor Walz's executive order to ban copper-nickel mining in the Rainy River watershed.
It's an attack on northern Minnesota. It's an attack on the Iron Range.
It was the theme of the day.
This executive order I take personally. This is a stab in the back.
This move by the governor is purely political.
This, unfortunately, is just another desperate act of a failed governor.
What he did was wrong.
While leaving some proposed copper-nickel mines and other watersheds untouched, the order freezes new permits and leases for copper-nickel mines in the watershed, like Twin Metals.
This couldn't have come as a bigger blow to everyone who's been waiting and hoping and anticipating this to be happening.
Though no copper-nickel mines are active in the state right now, range leaders call the ban a devastating blow, threatening trillions of dollars in untapped minerals that could go to school funding projects.
With critical minerals, it's revenue generated. So the higher the amount is paid for those minerals we harvest, the more that goes into the school trust fund.
And while no company has proposed mining in the Boundary Waters itself, opponents are voicing potential environmental concerns for the wilderness.
We're not rocks and cows up here. We are professional people. We live here, we work here, we want our communities to thrive and be healthy and safe. And who helps us do that? Mining.
Whoever is elected into the governor's office come November has the opportunity to strike down Walz's executive order if they choose. In Virginia, Kyrie Johnson, Northern News Now.
And you can find more responses from community members, business owners, Minnesota leaders, and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle on this issue right now online and by downloading our Northern News Now app.